All right, so quick question for you. We're looking at putting on a new employee. Now, we're not at the stage where we've got all of our processes and systems in place. Just want to know what might be your top 5 non-negotiable must-have ready for onboarding your new employee. Given what you said in the past about how they work for the first 5 minutes in your business is how they'll work for the entirety of their working career with you.
Yep.
Just what is your, I suppose, top couple of must-dos?
Good. All right. Well, the first one is a position description. All right. So actually documenting what their role is going to be, and the way I would do that is I would pitch them the vision of the role. Where does the role fit into the bigger corporation? Just so that they don't get like them and us. They can see that role actually contributes to the big picture. That should be at the top of a position description. Underneath that, you'll just outline the role. And then underneath there, the bit that most people miss is a set of metrics, a set of key performance indicators that say, you in your role need to do these 5 to 7 numbers. But they need to be a metric that's measurable. It's yes, no, or it's a number. So, one of the KPIs can't be a good attitude because it's subjective, right? It's got to be you hit 75% of your target or, whatever, like an actual number that they can hit. So you've got to have a position description. You've got to have KPIs. If you really want to set the team up well, you should have like a feedback loop, like a meeting with new team members at the end of day 1, right? So a very quick check-in. How was your first day? End of week 1, end of month 1, and then put them on the 3 or 6 month rotation of reviews, okay? They don't have to be structured meetings, but what it does is it allows them to know you care and it allows you to get the feedback loop of what's working. And then the last thing I would suggest to you is actually, I'll come up with 2 things. One is their training plan. So if you were to come up with, say, 3 documents, and on the first document this is what you have to know by the end of day 1, and the second document is what you have to know by the end of week 1, and this third document is what you need to know by the end of month 1, and you list out all the tasks they need to be trained in. And then, it just needs to be a sheet that they tick. And then at the end of the sheet at the bottom, they sign it and you sign it that they've been trained on those tasks. All right. So, it could be how to raise an invoice, how to send in your timesheet, how to answer a phone call, like whatever is really important, like stage out their training in that way. And then the last thing I would suggest to you is actually creating a daily task sheet for their role every day. This is not when they're new. Like every single day, they just have this task sheet and they work from the top to the bottom. And then take a photo and send it in, or if you're in an office, put it on a desk and someone can check it. All we're trying to do is come up with a system that means we don't need to micromanage. Because we don't need to be checking all the time. Did you do the little job? Did you do the little job? Because it's all reported back and we can just check that stuff gets done. There's a fair bit of work in that. That's like the ideal. If you had all those things, a new team member enters the business and they think far out, this place is regimented, organized, systemized, it's going to be great, right? When you don't have that and you fly by the seat of your pants, they also have an opinion. Their opinion is, this place is lazy. This is going to be great. I'm not going to have to work hard while I'm here. Did you know that this show goes onto Facebook, it goes onto YouTube, it goes onto Instagram, it goes onto iTunes, and it goes onto LinkedIn? Do me a favor, would you? Tell more people about the show so that I can spread the message. Love ya. See ya.